Okay, good morning children. Today we are going to start with a new topic called Pythagoras theorem, a very renowned mathematician Pythagoras, and this theorem is based on a right angle triangle. I have already written the Pythagoras theorem on the board. You just copy it down first and then we will move for the further discussion on this particular theorem and followed by problem solving. So please write the theorem. According to the theorem, in a right angle triangle, the square on the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares on the other two sides of the triangle.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. So this is a very important theorem which will be used very frequently in many application areas. So, and you also must be knowing about this, and you must have come across Pythagorean triplets while studying squares and square roots in the previous classes. So now that Pythagoras theorem states that in a right angle triangle, the square on the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares on the other two sides of the triangle. Now let us consider the triangle ABC, which is a right angle triangle. Angle B is a right angle. Now the sides AB and BC are perpendicular to each other. That means these are the two sides which contains the right angle, that is the angle B, which is 90 degrees. AC is the side which is just opposite to this right angle, which is called the hypotenuse of the triangle and which happens to be the longest side of this triangle. So hypotenuse is the longest side. This is the hypotenuse. And the other two sides AB and BC, which are perpendicular, and they contain the right angle 90 degrees. So this theorem, first of all, we will try to prove this theorem and then we will proceed to do some or work on some problems, that is on the application of this Pythagoras theorem. So if you have noted it down, I am just rubbing it now. So for the proof of this, I will just do a little construction here. You also do along with me. Draw a square. Draw a square. Like another square inside it. We will name it as FCDE. This is F, this is C, this is T, and this is E. AB, G, H. Let this be A, B, G, and H. Now the bigger square, that is FCDE, the side of the square is A plus B, that is this part, the smaller part take it as A and the bigger part as B. So this is A, this is B, this is A, this is B, A, and this is B. And we have taken ACB, all, since this is a square, these all are right angles, property of a square. We will consider four congruent triangles. The four congruent triangles are ACB, BDG, GEH, and HFA. These are the four congruent triangles. So to start with, first we need to write the construction part. For the construction, you...
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell.
Sir, can you explain this once again?
Yeah, just a minute, just a minute. Okay, now you need the diagram to be explained once again. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, first you draw a square. Okay, just like this. You can follow me. This is the square. Then draw another square inside this bigger square. So, like point here. So, if you draw like this from here. Are you getting it? This way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, after doing this, just write the points that are marked F, C, D, E, then the inner square A, B, G, H, and the smaller parts. See, this length of this is A plus B, right? And the hypotenuse of all the triangles is given by C. As I told you, these are all congruent triangles by construction. We have assumed this square and we have assumed 4 congruent triangles. Congruent triangles you know very much. The triangles are congruent because side A, side B and side C for each of the triangles are the same. The corresponding sides are the same. So now let us prove this. Write down first to prove A square plus B square is equals to C square. Write about the construction. What construction we did in the beginning? The construction is draw a square of side. Draw a square of side A plus B. The length of this side is A plus B like this. So the side of the square is A plus B and 4 congruent triangles and 4 congruent triangles of sides A, B and C, where C is the hypotenuse and A and B are the two sides which contains the right angle. Okay, so now we will move on for the proof. So if you have finished writing, I need to rub the board. This part is complete.
Yes, sir, written.
Okay, now, okay. So the proof part, be careful whatever I write, whatever I tell, just listen to that carefully for the proof. The first point you write, CDEF is a square. CDEF is a square of side A plus B. By the side you write down by construction. We have taken it by construction. So at this side in bracket you can write by construction. Secondly, the second point, triangle ABC is congruent. A, we can write with. Triangle ACB is congruent to triangle BDG. BDG is congruent to triangle GEH, and which is congruent to triangle HFA. Understood this? Triangle ACB, triangle BDG, GEH and HFA are congruent. And why are they congruent? Because by construction. So by the side again you write inside bracket by construction. Point number 3, angle FAH, this angle FAH is equal to the angle ABC. Angle FAH is equals to angle ABC. Can anyone tell why these two angles are equal? This angle and this angle are equal.
CPCT.
CPCT, yes, very good. These two are congruent triangles, so by the CPCT property we can write these two angles are equal. Now point number 4. We will try to find angle this one, this angle. So angle BAH is how much? Now if you look into this total angle is 180 degrees, straight angle, right? So all three angles, this angle plus this angle plus this angle makes it 180 degrees. So we'll write angle BAH is equals to 180 degree minus which two angles? Angles BAC plus angle FAH. Is it okay? BAH, this angle is 180 minus this angle plus this angle, right? So now you can write here this is equals to 180 degree minus angle BAC plus angle ABC. Can we write angle FAH in place of this? I have written angle ABC. Why? From point number 3. Angle FAH equals to angle ABC, right? So angle BAC plus angle ABC in place of FAH ABC from point number 3. So this is equals to 180 degree minus. Now angle BAC, this angle and plus angle ABC, these two makes it equal to 90 degrees because the sum of the angles of this triangle is 180. This angle is already a right angle 90 degrees. So other two, the sum of the other two has to be 90 degrees. So you can write this as 90. And finally we have got the value of this angle BAH. So this angle now becomes a right angle. Mind it, in the beginning we never told that the figure ABGH is a square. We have taken by construction FCDE as the square by construction, and we have taken the four triangles, congruent triangles by construction, but we have never mentioned that ABG and H is a square. Now that we have proved that this angle is a right angle, we can say that this figure ABGH is a square. So point number 5 we can write, therefore ABGH is a square. So we can find now the area of this square. That is, since we have come to know that this is a square, so we know the formula for finding the area of this square, that is side square. Now look into this. What is the area of this bigger square? The area of the bigger square will be given by the area of the inside square, this one, plus the sum of the four areas of the four congruent triangles. So area of the bigger square is equals to area of the four triangles plus area of this square. So we'll write the formula relation. So area of square, we can write point number 6, area of square FCDE is equals to how much? Area of square ABGH plus 4 into the area of the four triangles. What is the area of a triangle given by half base into height? If you look into this triangle, half into base is A, height is B. So you can write half into A into B. Since the four triangles are congruent triangles, the area are also the same. So 4 triangles, we have written 4 multiplied by area of the triangle, that is half base into height. So now we will write like, now what is the area of the square FCDE? FCDE. Now what is the area of a square? Area of the square is given by side square. Now what is the side of this bigger square? FCDE, A plus B. So area of this square you can write here A plus B whole square, that is side square. Now equals to, what is the area of this square? ABGH, that is side square, that is C square, plus twice AB. This will cancel and become twice AB. Now we'll expand this. We have A square plus B square plus twice AB is equals to C square plus twice AB. Now twice AB is common on both the sides, so they will be cancelled out. So we'll remove this. So A square plus B square is equals to C square is the relation. So if you look into this triangle, ACB, this is A, this is C, and this is B. This is a right angle. This side is taken as B, this is A, and this is C. So we have generated the relation A square plus B square is equals to C square, which proves the Pythagoras theorem. So this is how we have generated the relation between the three sides of the triangle. Obviously it is applicable only in the case of a right angle triangle, though of course. So for the if you look into the Pythagoras theorem, it says in a right angle triangle the square on the hypotenuse, that is C square, is equal to the sum of the squares on the other two sides, sum of the squares on the other two sides. So A square plus B square is equivalent to C square, and also mind it, C, which is the hypotenuse, is the longest side of this right angle triangle. Right? So this is the theorem. Write it down and then we'll move forward. The next we'll be discussing is the converse of this Pythagoras theorem. The converse of the Pythagoras theorem. So if you have finished writing, I will write the converse. Hopefully you have understood this proof. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So now I am removing this. Let us now write the converse. Converse of the Pythagoras theorem. Converse of Pythagoras theorem. Now the converse of Pythagoras theorem says in a triangle, if the square of one side, is equal to the sum of the other two sides, equal to the sum of the other two sides, then the triangle is right angled. Then the triangle is right angled, in which the angle opposite to the first is 90 degrees. To the first means the first side. Now let us look into the definition. In a triangle, if the square of one side, so let us take in a triangle ABC, let us mark the sides as A, B and C. So according to this converse theorem, if the square of one side is equal to, see, square of one side, this is equal to the sum of the other two sides, sum of the squares it will be, sum of the squares of sum of the squares of the, just make a change here, just write it down, is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. That is c square equals to a square plus b square. If this is true, that is the square of one side is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, then this triangle is a right angle triangle. Now before this we are not calling it as a right angle triangle. If this relation is fulfilled, is valid, then we say this is a right angle triangle, and the angle which is opposite to this side is the right angle. So the first side, that is which you have taken the square, the single side which is the longest side. So if this relation is true, then we can say that this is a right angle triangle, and the angle which is opposite to this longest side is the right angle or 90 degrees.